Elden Ring Nightreign has a big problem. And no, it's not that guy. If you've been playing Elden Ring Nightreign or keeping up with news from Software and Bandai, you would have seen that the new hard mode just dropped recently in the form of the Everdark Sovereigns, starting here with Adel, Baron of Night, who is the first of a few different rotating bosses that will come throughout the weeks. And this brings us to the crux of what I'd like to talk about today with this hard mode. However, it's really just an example of some of the other issues I see with Nightreign as a whole. And I do have about 100 or so hours in this game. I've played all of the bosses multiple times on all of the different characters. And I have 100% of the Steam achievements. So I'm by no means an absolute expert or authority, but I am a player who really loves the game and wants to see some improvements. So first off, From Software was pretty adamant about this not being a live service game, despite the fact that they've now dropped weekly updates and basically shadow dropped this hard mode without having announced it immediately, which is fine. I honestly have no complaints about it being live service. I guess it just changes the expectations of what we have to look forward to as far as updates and changes and whether they're going to be making significant changes. And it almost sounds blasphemous to say, but I think this game might be better as a live service game. I think it would help extend the lifespan of the game significantly more than if they just left it alone. I think there are things that can be tweaked and improved and added upon to really make this game last and give players who are going to stick around for more than just a few months a reason to keep coming back and playing the game. After 80 or 90 hours of the game, I've still really been enjoying it, but I've been playing it less than I did when it first come out. But having this new boss come out with the new hard mode, the Everdark Sovereigns, really got me amped up again to play. And I can see myself playing this game long term if they keep dropping things like this and adding new content. It really doesn't take much to keep something like this alive because the core gameplay loop is so strong and satisfying. I'm not sure personally about all of the programming or development that would need to go into the game to bring some of the other assets from especially Elden Ring into Nightreign, but I imagine they have lots of content that they can possibly pull from that couldn't be too difficult to port into the game. And again, it only takes these very small things to really refresh something that feels a little bit stale. And that kind of leads me into my next point. I've been talking with my friends about the reward system and how it feels a bit unrewarding. I feel as if the vast majority of relics that you're getting after a 30 to 40 minute game are pretty much useless, and yes, can be resold for merc to buy things like skins and random roll relics and these different things, but I just feel like there needs to be some different, more reliable system of getting relics that are actually useful to the builds that you're trying to make and the characters that you're trying to play. I think at least being able to pick one of the perks on a relic and have the rest be random, or even pick the character specific to that relic, so you know that you're going to be getting a relic for a character that you actually want to play, because not everyone plays every character, or some people have mains, or some people are only looking for relics for a character that they haven't found good relics for. But it's not really a great feeling when you want to get into the mechanics of the game, into the nitty-gritty, and you have to rely on completely random rolls to even be able to make a build that feels like something you want to run in a game. And I feel like Elden Ring did a great job of this, because there are so many complex builds and mechanics that you can come up with, so many different, weapons and stats to spec into, and a lot of that is just lacking in this game, in the way that there's no reliable, dependable method to create a certain build that you're looking for outside of the very few relics that are predetermined in different shops. And I really can't imagine that this would be too difficult for FromSoft to implement into the game. I think it would keep a lot of people around for a lot longer if you were able to at least have some authority over the types of rewards you were getting from a run, especially when you're putting so much time and effort into these runs. And I get that the thought process behind this might have been that truly random rewards would keep people around grinding for longer. But after 100 hours of the game, personally, I only have a handful of relics that really stand out as strong contenders that I would ever want to use in any build. And there are going to be a lot of people that don't have the time or patience to stick around, that I know have probably already fallen off of the game and won't come back. And that was really my whole point in making this video. I just would like this game to stick around for a while. I've had a lot of fun with it. I'd like to see the community thrive and people having a lot of fun. I just think these are some points that should be considered. Let me know if you feel similarly or if you have anything to add to the conversation. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below.